Aloha, it's Chef Teton here, and this is my second video of my coming out on some of the topics and self-care practices that I want to cover in how to build a body to last a lifetime. So I'm just going to quickly go over each one of the areas and why I think they're so important, just briefly, and then as time goes on we're going to dive deeper. So one of the very first ones that of course we'll always cover, and that's food. You know, I'm a foodie and I've been teaching nutrition for so long, and food, we know there's a ton of movies out there and there's a ton of books. It makes a huge difference. We have got to learn to nourish ourselves and find the diet that is perfect for us. We're all individuals, but we do know one thing, and that's how to eat from the earth and not the factory. That is the most vital, important part of our nutrition practice. And what I want to inspire people to do, and you to do, is to find the diet that's perfect for you, that fits within your lifestyle, that gives you all the nutrients that your body needs, and that really serves you in every way that it can keep you healthy. And I'll be doing little tips and stuff and some of my favorite foods along the way, of course. Okay, secondly, let's see, we're going to go into digestion. Digestion is paramount. We know that. We want to make sure that you're absorbing the nutrients that you're eating, that you're putting into your body, and you're eliminating of what you need to eliminate, and that it's regular and safe and easy. Okay, there's nothing worse than having problems in that area, and I know many people that do, but there is healing for this. Thirdly, energy. 30 and 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, everybody is complaining that they don't have enough energy. And there are ways to really enhance your energy without using stimulants or a cup of coffee. I used to have a friend that used to say, pull over to Starbucks, I need a personality. And it's true. A good cup of coffee can really make a difference in a day, but we can't rely on it. We can't. We need to stimulate our own energy, because the more we push ourselves, which is what happened to me, I kept pushing and then you fall. And it's a lot harder to get up, especially the older we get. So energy is really important. There's various levels to stimulate your energy, with looking at EMFs, protein requirements, light and dark, and getting adequate sleep. And there's many others as well, but they all add up. When your body's in balance, then you are going to have the kind of energy you need. Mitochondria. Mitochondria has a huge, well, of course it does, and you've heard much about it, but it's the energy of our cells. And we're learning that all of these things I just mentioned prior all have a lot to do with building our mitochondria and keeping it healthy and strong and get that engine going. So how can we do that? We're going to visit lots of ways we can do that as well. Supplements. There are so many supplements, we know this, and I want to get a little involved in them, because there are some supplements that you can use to continually cleanse the body, cleanse yourself of heavy metals, and nourish yourself at the same time, that are simple. There's so many practices out there that are so complicated, and they're wonderful, but I think this is really important too, we'll be diving into supplements. Next, THC, marijuana, and CBD. This fabulous herb is coming out and becoming legal, and we're finding incredible uses for it in so many different areas. So we're going to dive into that as well. Let's see, movement. I am so big on movement. I love Kundalini yoga. I do have my teaching certification, and the reason that I got it was because I knew that if I went to a month-long training that I would come out with yoga in my cells, and it would help me have a practice of yoga for the rest of my life at home, so that I don't always have to travel to a class. And that did happen for me, although it changed over a few years. I love Kundalini yoga for so many reasons, and I we'll really go into our spine and why it's so important to keep our spine really flexible. This is the best way to revitalize our organs, and this is not about just flexibility. It's about revitalizing our organs and keeping our muscles and our bones all healthy. And it does so much for our stress levels as well, and our breath, and we'll go into why that really matters, and you'll be inspired too, I promise. Let's see, mind control and rising. We want to continue to keep our soul rising. I mean, isn't that important? We're all growing, and hopefully we're growing all the time, and we're evolving. And I love the word rising. We just always want to stay rising and to meet life at its best and fullest, and to keep our glow. This is so important, and our mind has so much to do with all of our attitudes, our old beliefs that we have to shed, and to keep fresh and new. And this is a lot more than brain health. Brain health is really important, but all of these practices that I just mentioned to you before, these self-care practices and lifestyles, is they stimulate and work as a synergy with each other. So our mind control and our rising is going to be really important. Lastly, for today anyway, is our how we look, how we look and feel. Because as we age and our looks change and our body changes, we want to feel good about ourselves. So what can we do to really enhance our own image, and to where we really feel good about ourselves, and we're have our own style, and it's ours, and we feel good about it. And so we really want to go into how we look and feel too, and our style. And now that we're looking and feeling great, what are we going to do with our lives? What are you going to do with yours? How can we show up? How can we be relevant? How can we contribute and serve to our families and our communities? Because I believe that in practicing Imiola, that I mentioned in my other video, and to living our lives into our adult years, we have lots to give. And so we want to look at and explore what you want to give. How do you want to serve? Who do you want to be? How can you stay relevant and contribute? So that's it for now. This is Chef Teton, and I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the subjects we're going to be covering. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Aloha.